Good evening, everybody. The Fred McLeod Sports Desk here at the Tom O'Neill Studios in Jackson. This is Sports Final for Sunday, early May. Steve, the Backsman Baxley, your host, and this is, as always, presented to you by the LT Media Network. And if I don't look good, I don't feel good, but we're going to try to play through the pain, as it were. Okay. Finally. Here we go. We've got our good luck Lucy Charmer here. So let's see if we can't get rid of the commercial that is blocking the rest of our thing there. Obviously, we're going to try. There we go. Thank you. Okay, let's get to it. NFL Week 15. And let's get to you all the files that took place tonight and the rest of the today. How you doing, Dandelion Fluff? No, just a bit of a little tummy ache, little stomach flu. But we're going to press on. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Here we go. Tonight, the Sunday night game of the week was the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if you think I don't feel good, well, I now know another person that really doesn't feel good. Tom Brady. His Buccaneers lost 9-0. Let's give you all the results here. For the Saints, Hill, 154 yards passing. 11 rushing attempts for 33 yards. Callaway, 6 receptions, 112 yards. For the Buccaneers, Tom Brady, 214 yards. Jones, 8 rushing attempts for 63 yards. And Goodwin, 6 receptions for 49 yards. How's this for a shocker? And twofold, we must say, the shocker is. The Detroit Lions beat the Detroit Lions beat the Arizona Cardinals by a score of 30-12. The Lions may have won, but they have now officially lost the first-round draft pick to Jacksonville. We'll get you that little bit of news in a few moments, but let's go through the stats. For the Cardinals, Murray, the quarterback, passed for 257 yards and a touchdown. Edmonds had 6 rushing attempts for 53 yards. Kirk, 9 receptions for 94 yards and a touchdown. For the Lions, Jared Goff, 216 yards and 3 touchdowns. Surprise, Reynolds, 26 yards, 112 yards. 26 attempts for 112 yards. And St. Brown, 8 receptions, 90 yards, and a touchdown. I'm going to call this one a semi-shocker. Buffalo Bills over the Carolina Panthers, 31-14. Newton, 156 yards and a touchdown, plus 15 rushing attempts for 71 yards and a TD. Moore, 6 receptions and 48 yards for the Bills. Allen with 210 yards and 3 touchdowns. Singletary, 22 rushing attempts at 86 yards and a touchdown. And Davis, 5 receptions, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Dallas Cowboys just demolished the New Jersey. The New York Giants, 21-6. Prescott, 217 yards and a touchdown. Pollard, 12 rushing attempts, 74 yards, and Schultz, 8 receptions, 67 yards, and a touchdown. For the Giants, Glennon, 99 yards. Booker, 8 attempts, 74 yards. Galladay, 3 receptions for 53 yards. Houston Texans over the Jacksonville Jaguars, 30-16. This was a battle of 2 2 and 11 teams. Winner would get the first round draft pick if Detroit won, which they did. And the loser would, the winner would go 3 and 11. The loser would get the big bite. So the Texans 3 and 11. The Jaguars 2 and 12. That would make the Lions. Let me just put that there. Lions 2 11 and 1. So technically, right now, the Jacksonville Jaguars do have the first round draft pick. Well, I get no. Wait a minute. Lions would still have the first round draft pick because their record is 2 11 and 1. Jacksonville Jaguars would still have to lose, and Lions would still have to win. So there you go on that one. Maybe. Yeah. 2 and 12, 11. Oh, 2 and 12, 12, 11, and 1. Okay. Lions still have the first round draft pick, barely. Feel better. I gotta go grab some sleep.
Was supposed to be Saturday on NFL Network, postponed till Monday. We will see you Monday afternoon, 6 and 5 o'clock Eastern, exclusively on NFL Network.
Okay, I think I got it right. Lions still have the first round draft pick because they are technically 2 11 and 1. The Jaguars are 2 and 12. So there you go. Okay. Miami Dolphins, they beat the New York Jets 31-24. Wilson for the Jets. 170 yards passing. Coleman, 8 rushing attempts for 50 yards. Crowder, 5 receptions, 40 yards. For the Dolphins, Tagovailoa, 196 yards and 2 touchdowns. 196 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gaskin, 10 rushing attempts for 54 yards. And Parker, 4 receptions, 68 yards, and a TD. Okay, Steelers beat the Tennessee Titans 19-13. Tannehill, 153 yards for the Titans. Foreman, 22 rushing attempts, 108 yards. And Westbrook, 4 receptions for 32 yards. For the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger, who could be playing in his last few games, 148 yards. Harris, 12 rushing attempts for 18 yards. And Johnson, 5 receptions for 38 yards. San Francisco 49ers over the Atlanta Falcons 31-13. Ryan with 236 yards and a TD. Davis, 6 rushing attempts for 21 yards. Gage, 8 receptions, 91 yards, and a touchdown. For the 49ers, Garoppolo, 235 yards and a touchdown. Wilson, 21 rushing attempts, 110 yards with a touchdown. And Kittle, 6 receptions, 93 yards. Cincinnati Bengals. I'm saying those O's again. Cincinnati Bengals beat the Denver Broncos 15-10. Let's check out their stataroos. Burrow, 157 yards and a touchdown. Mixon, 17 rushing attempts, 58 yards. Boyd, 5 receptions, 96 yards and a touchdown. Bridgewater, 98 yards. Williams, 15 rushing attempts, 72 yards. Okwuegbunam, 3 receptions, 58 yards. Packers beat the Ravens 31-30. Aaron Rodgers, 268 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jones, 13 rushing attempts, 58 yards. Valdez-Scantling, 5 receptions, 98 yards, and a touchdown. For the Ravens, it was Huntley, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also 13 rushing attempts, 73 yards for 2 touchdowns. And Andrews, 10 receptions, for 136 yards and 2 TDs. Now, Monday, because of COVID, some of these games are going to be played this week. For example, Monday at 5 p.m. exclusively on the NFL Network, you got the 6-7 Las Vegas Raiders. I must really have the stomach is giving problems with the brain and the mouth. Raiders 6-7, going up against Cleveland Browns 7-6. That'll be at the 5 p.m. At 8:15, it's the 6-7 Minnesota Vikings taking on the 4-9 Chicago Bears on the regular version of Monday Night Football. Then on Tuesday, bloody Tuesday, we got not one, but two, count them, two Tuesday night games in a regional format on Fox, Seattle and the Los Angeles Rams, the 5-8 Seahawks taking on the 9-4 Rams, and on the other end of the spectrum, the 6-7 Washington going up against 6-7 Philadelphia Eagles. So that is your Monday night surprise, your Monday and Tuesday surprises on a very strange week 15. Use it with blessing. Okay, let's wow, this is okay, I can't find the hockey schedule. Did they cancel some games? I have no idea, but let's find out together, shall we? Yay, we're going to find out together for a good time called togetherness. Okay, let us do the scoring. Yay, we got scores. And here we go. Yeah, okay, thank you. Do we have the oh, wait a minute, we gotta okay, let's come on. Give me a little there we are. Oops. Get back over there. Ah, righteously foobar. Okay, let's get you some NHL scorages. Charles 3? Somehow we shall. Let's get you some scoreboarding from the National Hockey League. Final score with in a shootout. Vegas Golden Knights, they defeated the New York Islanders 4-3. Theodore for Vegas, 2 goals. Marchestal for Vegas, 1 goal. Sorkin for the Islanders, 31 saves. Winnipeg Jets beat the St. Louis Blues 4-2. Stastny for Winnipeg, 2 goals, 1 assist. Ehlers for Saint Laurent for Winnipeg, 1 goal, 3 assists. And Schleffel for Winnipeg, 1 goal, 1 assist. Los Angeles Kings defeated the Washington Capitals by a score of 3-2. Kemp for Los Angeles, 1 goal. Lizotte for Los Angeles, 1 goal. And McMichael for Washington, 1 goal. Penguins defeated the New Jersey Devils 3-2. Bluger for Pittsburgh, 1 goal. Matheson for Pittsburgh, 1 goal. And Hamilton for New Jersey, 1 assist. Coyotes, Canucks, Maple Leafs, Kraken, Predators, Hurricane, and the Bruins, Senators. All postponed. And now we're going to go from there to the hockey schools for the National Collegiate Athletics Association, otherwise known as the NC2 Alpha. No games scheduled for the men, and I will just bet there are no schedules for the ladies. Let's go now to the AHL, and do we have games scheduled there? All right, here we go. La la la, there we are. Boom boom. No boom boom. No boom boom. Yeah. The Marlies and Grand Rapids Griffins were postponed. Uh, the Charlotte Checkers defeated the Bridgeport Islanders 3-1. Hartford Wolfpack over the Springfield Thunderbirds in a shootout 4-3. Rochester Americans over the Hershey Bears 4-3. The Henderson Silver Knights over the Abbotsford Canucks 3-1. There we go. Let's go now to the Big O, which means the Ontario Hockey League. And let's take a look at the scorages for the 19th. There was only one game. Actually, let's just put it this way. There were no games tonight. The solo game that was scheduled has been postponed. Kensington and Oshawa were postponed due to, you guessed it, COVID. So, let's, did we do the, yeah, we did. We did the hockey. So, let's get back to the basic formation, and let's press the button because we've got a lot of headlines to give you here, especially if you're a hockey fan. Let's go now to basketball. Yep, it's our basketball segment. And the streak has ended. The losing streak is over. Pistons defeat the Miami Heat 100-90. The Portland Trailblazers over the Memphis Grizzlies 105-100. Sacramento Kings over the San Antonio Spurs 121-114. Phoenix Suns over the Charlotte Hornets 137-100. Timberwolves over the Mavericks 111-105. Chicago Bulls over the Los Angeles Lakers 115-110. Pelicans 76ers, Cavaliers Hawks, and Nuggets Nets were all postponed. And let's get over to the NC2A. The NCAA men's basketball. Ba-boom. Let's do it through the other fun, thrilled. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're going to the ladies, folks. Yes, we're going to the ladies college basketball. Then we've got men's college basketball, and then we go to the G League. And luckily for us, that means the basketball segment will be over. The wonderment of all wonderments, kids, is that thank you. Ooh, full slate. All right. Is that we're doing this now in segments. We had the hockey segment, now we're in the basketball segment. And this is how we're going to do it, I guess, from now on when we make the name and format change. That's right. I think we're going to call this Sports Final with Steve Sporty Balls with Sports Final. Or just Steve Sporty Balls. That'd be much better. Anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? Number 2 ranked North Carolina State beat Virginia 82-55. 13th ranked Michigan over 5th ranked Baylor in overtime 74-68. 6th ranked Louisville over 7th ranked UConn 69-64. Number 10 ranked Indiana 67-57 winner over Western Michigan. 11th ranked Texas over San Diego 74-58. 12th ranked Iowa State over Prairie View A&M 108-39. 17th ranked Okay, thank you. 17th ranked Georgia, an 82-45 win over St. Francis of Pennsylvania. 18th ranked Georgia Tech over, and can we please get the scoring back kindly? Man, oh man, don't you just hate when this happens? Okay, where are we here? Okay, 18th ranked Georgia Tech is 62-45. Enough. Winner over Wake Forest. 19th ranked Kentucky, a 67-44 winner over South Carolina Upstate. 21st ranked Notre Dame over Pittsburgh, 85-59. 25th ranked North Carolina over Boston College, 76-73. 15th ranked Duke and Miami forfeit. Duke wins due to Miami forfeit. 23rd ranked Texas A&M and Rice were canceled. 24th ranked Ohio State and UCLA were also canceled as COVID wreaked havoc on, or is wreaking havoc on the sports. We have, like I said, a report on the NHL, and it does affect our team here in Michigan. Let's go now to the. There's only 2 games to report on for the men's basketball scoreboard. 11th ranked Iowa State over Southeast Louisiana by a score of 77-54, and 17th ranked Texas over Stanford 60-53, and the buttons are freaking out. So there you go on that side of the dais, and the day is young. Okay, we have almost done the basketball. We've just got the big G, which is the G League, and then our basketball segment will be complete. So let's do that. We're looking for the 12th, I do believe. Okay, let's rock and ride. By the way, happy Monday, everybody. It is the 20th. That means 5 days to Christmas. And I'm wishing right now. If you want to know what I'm wishing for, it's a normal day without any health problems. So here we go, folks. South Bay Lakers over the Wisconsin Herd, 119-112. Delaware Blue Coats over the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, 126-101. Birmingham Squadron over the Capital City Go-Go, 126-115. Oklahoma City Blue over the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, 119-113. Almost said Grand. G League Ignite over the Grand Rapids Gold, 123-106. Motor City Cruise leads the Maine Celtics in the second quarter by a score of 59-43. I'm just going to check that game right now, just for a brief moment on our little teleside here. See if that game is still going on as we sprechen the speakage. See how they're doing right now. Very nice. So basketball continues. Let's keep going. In fact, that's the only game. That's the only game going on in the second quarter. After the first quarter, it is now Monday, being the 20th. The College Park Skyhawks lead the Memphis Hustle 33-27. That game on ESPN Plus. 2:00 p.m. The Westchester Knicks take on the Texas Legends. All these games are going to be in Vegas for the winter season, I guess you could say. 3:00 Long Island Nets, Santa Cruz Warriors. 5 p.m. the Iowa Wolves and the Capital City Go-Go. 6 p.m. Grand Rapids Gold and the Birmingham Squadron. 8 p.m. the Agua Caliente Clippers taking on the Mexico City Capitanes. 9 p.m. the Austin Spurs and the G League Ignite. And to wrap things up, the Memphis Hustle and the Greensboro Swarm. That'll be the wrap up at 11:30 on the NBA TV. But it's nice to see Detroit in the G League again. So huzzah, huzzing, huzzoing. And yeah, they are playing in various areas of Vegas. It is the Winter Games, if you will. The Winter Showcase, as it is called, and you'll be able to see those games on, as I say, the ESPN family of networks, plus NBA TV, and of course the local outlets, and NBAGleague.com, as well as hear it on some local radio stations in the areas. That is that for our basketball segment and hockey segment and everything else segment. So let's get down here to see if we got anything. Well, hang on here, folks. No. We got it right. Let's no. Let's get over quickly. Oops, we hit the wrong button. We hit the wrong button, peeps. One more. We hit the wrong button. Okay, we need to hit the NHL button. There we go. Let's. Not bad. Motor City is cruising, folks. They are cruising big time. Yes, sir. In the AT&T Winter Showcase in Vegas for the G League. The NHL, like other North American sports leagues, is battling the latest COVID-19 outbreaks thanks to the Omicron virus. Across multiple teams as of Wednesday, nearly 2 years into the pandemic, even with widespread vaccinations and strict protocols in place, COVID is indeed affecting hockey. On Sunday, the NHL announced that it would continue the regular season as scheduled, but would continue to shut down teams experiencing COVID outbreaks on a case-by-case basis for the time being, but that all games require cross-border travel between the U.S. and Canada. Let me try that again. But that all games that require cross-border travel between the United States and Canada will be suspended through the beginning of the league's holiday break. Now, that affects 12 games that will have to be rescheduled for later in the season. Currently, the Calgary Flames, Colorado Avalanche, Florida Panthers, Boston Bruins, Nashville Predators, Detroit Red Wings, and Toronto Maple Leafs all have their seasons postponed through the league's holiday break due to outbreaks within their teams. Teams is plural. As the situation continues to escalate, the NHL and its Players Association also announced an update to its COVID-19 protocols to be observed through at least January 7th. The league will resume daily testing for players and coaches and potentially implement additional pregame testing on a case-by-case basis in the event of a COVID outbreak within a team. Now we have the updated look at the current COVID situation for teams throughout the National Hockey League and players who've been placed in protocol. For Boston Bruins, it's Brad Marchand, Craig Smith, December 14th, Patrice Bergeron, December 15th, Anton Blythe, December 16th, Trent Frederick, December 16th, Jeremy Swayman, December 16th. We're not going to go through the whole list, but we'll do it anyways. Let's just say if you want the full list, go to NHL.com. They'll give you the full list better than we can. So, I mean, there is literally, in some cases, about 2 pages full. So as I say, just trust us. It's better if you folks got a chance to read up on it. Go to NHL.com. You can see the team-by-team listing.
Well, it's always a big effort. You bring in all of our teams, 30 teams, and
So there you go on that situation. Let's get you some headlines. And kind of looks like the NFL is getting ready to fine a player. That's right, Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, there were a number of reasons why the Titans failed to get their 10th win of the season Sunday at Heinz Field. The 4 turnovers committed by the Titans offense was the biggest, but penalties committed at critical moments also loomed large in Tennessee's 1913 loss to Pittsburgh. Titans safety Kevin Byard, who was part of a defense that held the Steelers to just 168 total yards, was very critical of the officiating after the game. Byard said, quote, "I think this game was complete BS. The one drive fueled by penalties, they got a touchdown. But the rest of the game, I really felt like the defense was flying around playing with speed. I told all of the guys when the QB was kneeling, I'm really proud of the effort the defense played with today." End quote. Byard specifically mentioned several penalties that were called against his team. Among those was cornerback Christian Fulton's unnecessary roughness penalty on Steelers tight end Pat Freiermuth. The Titans leading 13-3 with 6:06 left to play in the third. He alluded to the pass interference made against Fulton on Steelers receiver Chase Claypool later in the drive. The penalty set up Ben Roethlisberger's 1-yard touchdown run that seemed to change the momentum of the game. Ooh. Despite the penalties, Byard and his defensive teammates dominated the Steelers' offense that was aided by the 4 turnovers that were committed by the Titans' offense. The Titans held Ben Roethlisberger just 148 yards passing. They suffocated the rushing attack of the Steelers as Najee Harris finished the game with just 18 yards on 12 carries. The 1 turnover the Titans did force was wiped out due to a penalty. Now, while the penalties on Pittsburgh's only touchdown drive was significant, Tennessee's turnover woes dominated the Titans' postgame presser. Over the past 3 games, the Titans have committed 13 penalties, the same amount of turnovers they gave up during the season's first 10 games. The Titans took ownership of their mistakes while quickly turning the page to Thursday night's home game against the 49ers. Wow. Okay, let's keep going as we do. Let's see. The COVID-19 postponement tracker. It goes like this. The NBA has postponed 5 games this upcoming Christmas week, and the league is reportedly in talks with the union about revising the COVID protocols going forward. The games have been affected for Christmas week, and no Christmas games have been yet affected. The Washington Wizards at Brooklyn Nets originally scheduled for December 21st, Orlando Magic at Toronto Raptors on the 20th, New Orleans Pelicans, Philadelphia 76ers on today or Sunday, as well as the Nuggets Nets and the Hawks Cavaliers. Now, Colorado State basketball will not have a chance to continue its undefeated run against number 6 Alabama. The 23rd ranked Rams announced Friday they will no longer play Tuesday's CM Newton Classic against the Crimson Tide over COVID-19 concerns. Earlier Friday, Colorado State announced it would not travel to Fort Worth, Texas for Saturday's game against Tulsa. Both Tulsa and Alabama games will not be rescheduled. The Rams are ranked for the first time since 2014, 2015, and the 9th time in program history. Of course, we all know the NFL situation. And we also did the yesterday's little palava, did we not? Yes, we did. We did all those. Okay, so those are the updates from tonight. We have nothing yet about Monday except for some of the Sunday games will still be going on Monday. Boom. Okay. The Cleveland Browns could be without upwards of 20 different players due to COVID-19 when they play host to the Raiders in their postponed Week 15 matchup on Monday at 5 p.m. on the NFL Network. But starting quarterback Baker Mayfield is hopeful he won't be one of them. Mayfield was part of the first wave of Browns players to test positive for COVID in the lead up to Week 15 and has been on COVID reserve ever since, but he hinted on Instagram Sunday night that he's asymptomatic and praying that he'll test negative to be cleared for Monday night's game against the LA Raiders. Now, fully vaccinated players are required to test negative for COVID 2 times 24 hours apart in order to return to the field. Mayfield's absence would be a big blow to a Browns team already without a number of other starters and notable role players, including running back Kareem Hunt, wide receiver Jarvis Landry, tight end Austin Hooper, and left tackle Jarek Willis Jr. Backup QB Case Keenum is also on COVID reserve after testing positive before the weekend. We continue. Let's see. What else we got? Nothing more. And we are running sharply on a time contingent. Let's take a look now at some media news. We'll first find out if there is some media news to report. And yes, congratulations. YouTube TV announced a new deal with ESPN, and all the channels are back. That's right. They are all back. All the ESPN channels, including ESPN, ESPN2, the SEC network, the ACC network, as well as the ABC affiliates and owned and operated stations, are back. Yahoo. The details. The deal is your price will revert to $65, but all impacted members will still receive a one-time $15 discount. We thank you for your membership and keep a lookout for an email with more details from us. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice, YouTube TV. It's nice. Okay. A little something interesting that may be putting a wrench in any further Manning cast. Here we go, kids. When it comes to his hi, you want to go down? Yes, thank you. When it comes to his long-term goals, Peyton Manning. Let's try that again. Man, I'm going to end this soon. I'm hoping we're still around. There we go. When it comes to his long-term goals, Peyton Manning has kept his cards close since retiring from the NFL. Now he's dipped his toe in the media world, made himself an ambassador of sorts for the NFL, shown some interest in being a commentator, and even thrown out there as a potential future commissioner. Now, while the presumed path of NFL talking head never came to fruition, Peyton and brother Eli have added a new spin on the Monday Night Football viewing experience with the Manning Cast, a big hit in social media circles and a modest success in the ratings. The alternate broadcast has given Peyton a foothold in the media space on his own terms. So popular is the broadcast that Amazon has been rumored to be interested in poaching it in a couple of years. However, hey, Keely, how are you? However, there's a little tiny little problem that rears its ugly head. There are rumors that Peyton Manning's true interest in NFL franchise ownership have long persisted. That interest appears to be mile high, according to Jason La Canfora, CBS Sports NFL guru, who reported on Sunday that new potential ownership groups for the Denver Broncos have been lining up, and Manning has already had discussions with several of the groups expected to be favorites to land the team. Ooh, by the way, Keely, I am doing great, and I hope you're doing extra special tonight as we count down to Christmas. Wahoo! I'm going to get our tree tomorrow. It's going to go up until the end of January. Furthermore, plans for Pat Bolin's heirs to sell the franchise appear to be in motion, and barring some unforeseen circumstances, a new ownership group would fully be on board by the October ownership meetings next year. Now that means, assuming Manning aligns himself with a winning ownership group, he would be a part owner, potentially an executive within the Broncos organization by the time the 2022 NFL season rolled around, and that means with certainty that he would not be able to continue the Manning Cast broadcast for ESPN numero dos. Logistically, it just wouldn't make any sense. It would be extremely hard to be an executive for an NFL franchise and then split those duties with preparing to broadcast games about other teams each week. It's true that Eli is employed by the New York Giants and still works on the broadcast, but his role is way different from that of a team owner and potential exec. And that's to say nothing of the ethical concerns. Should someone who presumably has the ability to sign, cut, trade, or influence the value of NFL players to be allowed to go on television and talk about them as if they're an independent voice? Unclear if there is a rule barring owners from working in the media space, but even if there isn't, it just doesn't feel right. Peyton even once said that he didn't like the idea of working as an NFL commentator because it meant he'd have to potentially criticize Eli. So he's unlikely to want to be in that position with the Bronco players say he has a say in employing. So the main cast may end if Peyton goes in full force with a group to buy the Broncos. Stand by, stay tuned, and keep the peace. Okay, let's get into our favorite little thing here on the sports final, and that is the international sports scene. That's right. Let's get you updated on all that. Let's go to the Premier League. And Barack. Everton, Leicester City were postponed due to COVID, obviously. Manchester City over Newcastle 4-0. Wolverhampton over and Chelsea tied at 0. Tottenham Hotspur and Liverpool tied at 2. In the Scottish League Cup, Celtic over Hibernian 2-1. International friendlies, USA beat Bosnia Herzegovina 1-0. The FA Women's Super League, Manchester over Aston Villa 5-0. Chelsea and West Ham were postponed due to COVID, as were Arsenal and Brighton Hove Albion. Tottenham Hotspur beat Everton 1-0. Manchester City and Reading were postponed. Leicester City beat Birmingham City 2-0. In the Women's FA Cup, which is Women's Football Association Cup, Carlton Athletic over Gillingham 1-0. Exeter City over Southampton 3-0. The FA Trophy, Truro City and Dagenham and Redbridge tied at 1, but Dagenham and Redbridge won 4-2 on penalties. In the Lowland League, it was Rangers over Edinburgh 8-2. In the FA Women's Championship, Durham over Blackburn 3-1. All the rest of the scheduled games were postponed due to rain, snow, due to either weather, COVID, or bad field. In the Spanish La Liga, Granada over Mallorca 4-1. Athletic Bilbao over Real Betis 3-2. Getafe over Osasuna 1-0. Real Madrid and Cadiz, goose eggs. German Bundesliga, it was Freiburg over Bayer Leverkusen 2-1, and Köln over Stuttgart 1-0. And let us get to our last little double here, if we can. The Swiss Super League. Young Boys over Lugano 5-0. Basel and Grasshopper Club Zurich 2-2. And Sion over Lausanne 2-0. We got one more little segment left to go, and then we will ad-lib something rather good before we take off and take flight into the night. And here we go. Ooh. Okay, we got that. Italy, Fiorentina over Sassuolo, and Sassuolo tied at 2. Spezia and Empoli tied at 1. Sampdoria over Venezia tied at 1. Torino 1, Verona 0. Napoli over Milan, 1-0. In Espanol, you got Granada over Mallorca, 4-1. Athletic Bilbao over Betis, 3-2. Getafe over Osasuna, 1-0. Real Madrid and Cadiz, goose eggs. Okay, in Italy basketball. That's right, we talk basketball, kids. Greece over Olympia Milano, 71-68. Trento over Basket Napoli, 81-72. Virtus Bologna over 42 Bologna, 76-70. Reggiana over Pizarro, 72-69. Bing. Sassari over Varese, 104-99. Brescia over Cremona, 86-73. And in overtime, you had Brindisi over Treviso, 99-95 in Espanyol. Barcelona and Manresa were postponed. Bilbao over Gran Canaria, 95-80. Real Madrid over Murcia, 80-71. Baskonia over Real Betis, 87-83. And Briogan over Valencia, 98-97. In the world of hockey, and we do have a world of hockey, in the Channel 1 Cup in Europe, Sweden over Czech Republic, 3-2. And in overtime, Finland over Russia, 3-2. And in the Czech Republic, it was Karlovy Vary 4, Montfield HK 2. And in the Ashes, after 2 innings, it is Australia leading 473 to 236. England require another 328 runs with 4 wickets remaining in the inning. And once again, to update the Sunday night football score, New Orleans Saints over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 9-0. An embarrassing game for Tom Brady, who threw one of the Microsoft tablets and broke it. Wow. He was not a happy patient. Harumph. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Mo. Do we have something, Mo, to give you tonight? Yeah, let's do some updates. That's right. There are plenty of odd media things that happen during college football bowls, but the new Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl featuring Utah State and Oregon State has taken some of that to a new level. That's maybe to be expected, with it being sponsored by a late night host. A lot of wacky things around this game have already been turned into late night content for Kimmel's ABC show, and there's probably more to come there. In fact, Kimmel even did a segment on his show last week when he tried to get famed mascot consultant Dave Raymond, the original Philly fanatic, the founder of a renowned mascot boot camp, and the subject of an in-depth New York Times Magazine feature this summer, to help him design a mascot for the game, a search that ended with vomiting camel Jimmy Kimmel. That's right. And shockingly, during the game, the vomiting camel lived up to that description following a mascot race. Oh, gee. Now, this wasn't the only odd thing. That Rutledge was around during this game. The interview the reporter conducted with Kimmel about how they made him have a credential to the bowl game named after him was there. And Kimmel also played the clarinet with the Oregon State Marching Band. Wonderful. In some ways, the shenanigans are similar to what we've seen with the Nickelodeon NFL broadcast. And yes, there is certain logic to it. A weird and different broadcast can draw in a different crowd. A challenge with this versus Nickelodeon is that this all happened on the main ABC feed of the game rather than a separate feed, so those looking to just watch the game probably had some bones to pick with the extensive Kimmel content. However, 7-5 Oregon State and 10-3 Utah State isn't exactly an NFL playoff matchup in terms of viewership. So the risk here is low, and plenty of people on Twitter did note that they were tuning in for the Kimmel shenanigans, not just the game. Also, ABC picked the perfect play-by-play voice here, and Joe Tessitore, who has incredible shenanigans and serious balance experience from working with Rob Riggle on. Holy moly! At any rate, it's going to be interesting to see what the ratings for the Kimmel Bowl are and how this arrangement evolves going into next year. Who knows what can top a vomiting camel? Wow. Okay. Oh. All right, let's see what we got here. Coming up. Let's see, do we have anything more? Nope. We got nothing more. We got nothing more. We can end. We can end in the Speediot world. Yes, we got about 6 minutes. So let's see. What do we do now? We update things on scourages and everything. Yeah, we can update. Let's take you one more time through the G League and get you updated on the two games that are going on as we spurk before we call it a night and wake up tomorrow hopefully feeling better, if not refreshed. Okay, right now with 7:54 remaining, it's Motor City over Maine, 71-50 in the third quarter. And in the halftime, it's College Park down one on Memphis, 60-59. Memphis taking the lead. And that, for want of a better inception, is going to wrap things up for us here on the here on Sports Final. We will talk to you tomorrow night, same time, same stinking little place to be, which is, of course, right here on the L2C Media Network. So we will talk to you folks tomorrow at midnight Eastern, though if things go as we have a feeling they might go, we might get back at 11:30 because our good friend, the producer of our podcast, continues to have internet difficulties at the place they are temporarily living at. So pray for their sanity, kids. Pray for their sanity. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow night, and we hope you'll be back too. For now, I'm Steve, the Baxman Baxley. I'm going to take me a couple of aspirin and hit the sheets. But I want to thank you folks for putting up with us while my little stomach flu hits me once, twice, and three times. So we'll be back tomorrow night. Either 11:30 or 12:30. We'll let you know. It's probably going to be 12 a.m. Tomorrow. So we'll let you know at about 11 o'clock. Or actually, yeah, 10:30, 11 o'clock. We'll let you all know what the podcast situation is with Spreaker.com. That's going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully you had fun. We're going to keep trying till you do. And don't forget, sometime this week, that's right, Steve's Sporty Balls featuring Sports Final, or we'll just call it Steve's Sporty Balls. That should be a good name, Steve's Sporty Balls. And we'll do sports and entertainment and make it more funner than a barrel full of monkeys drinking some Chablis wine. But right now, that is going to wrap things up for us. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in a deep association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. And I am hoping to cure this little tummy ache. So we'll see you tomorrow night.
For scheduled scores and more. You don't want